Indiana Sports Network, your home for high school holiday hoops. Indiana Sports Network, your home for high school holiday hoops.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network. You are watching Indiana High School basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
This is a great big thank you to the presenters of this 4th annual Gobbler Games Shootout. Mossy Oak Properties, Ryan Luce State Farm Insurance, Serve Pro, York Automotive, Trent Car Construction, and Refreshment Services Pepsi. Thank you, gentlemen, for presenting these games.
And here we are back at the Holbert Arena for another game as we had the 2:30 game between Mount Vernon, Posey, and Cascade just finished up. And now we're set for the 4 o'clock game, the North Vermillion Falcons and the Northview Knights. Hello, Walter Gordon, Troy Wilzine. Happy to bring you the action once again. Troy, this is the first game for Northview, second game for North Vermillion. And these two teams that don't necessarily play year in and year out could be an interesting contest.
Yeah, and it's two teams that kind of mirror each other a little bit, both with a lot of upperclassmen on their rosters, and two teams coming off kind of mediocre years. They're both above 500, but just barely. And it's kind of who can take the next step, maybe compete for a conference title.
And, both of these teams bring back quite a bit of experience, from last year's team. And so hopefully they'll build upon what they did last year. The Northview Knights 14-12, and maybe a year early, in a lot of people's estimation, including mine. And then the North Vermillion Falcons 15-11 last year, so we're able to win 15 games. So we see these two teams trending in the right direction. Can they take the next step? Here in the 2024-2025 campaign, will be the question that I'll have to answer over the next course of several months.
Yeah, and it's, led by Braden Goff, of course. We saw a lot of him last year. Fosdick down in the middle. You're going to expect a little more out of those guys. Right. And, you got the senior leadership. You've got some young guys that they can kind of help along now, and you really expect these teams to get better this season. It's something we'll see a lot of Northview this year for sure, and hopefully, they're going to improve a little bit and make a good run at the end of the season.
And that's a lot of times what you'll hear coaches talk about, everything building up towards the postseason play, and a lot to be decided and figured out between now and then. Do you have your starting rotations all set? Do you have your bench guys? Do you know? At this point in the year, the answer is probably no. Teams are going to be figuring it out for a while, but I think this environment is going to be interesting as these two teams try to figure it out on the hard court, and Northview, I'm sure, will be glad to get on the hard court against someone else for the first time this season.
Yeah, and it's it's funny how different teams handle this differently. I was talking to Kane and Harper back there earlier, and like Park Heritage, who plays tonight, for instance, an absolutely loaded schedule at home this season, and Coach Shelsky doesn't care if they go in and lose most of these games.
Yeah.
He wants to toughen these guys up. He's got all upperclassmen. They have a really good chance at making a deep run at the end of the year. He knows that, and he wants them to be tough. He doesn't care about winning over schools that he should beat. Mm-hmm. He wants to be able to compete with schools that maybe they shouldn't be able to contend with, because they are that good. And for schools like Northview and North Vermillion, they're not quite to that point, but it's to the point where you expect to maybe win 2/3 of your games this season and have a shot at that conference title. You got the WIC versus the WRC here, so a little interconference rivalry that we don't get to see very often. It ought to be a fun one.
1A versus 3A right here on the Indiana Sports Network. I was talking to a Northview person, not on staff person, but around the program, and he said, "Walt, I'm going on record, 18-6."
Oh.
So lofty aspirations, lofty thoughts for the Northview Knights. I don't disagree with that.
That's a big step.
I'm not going to call his name. He knows who he is. He told me 18-6. So we'll see if knows what he's talking about this season. And I know the Northview Knights, we look for them to have a fine season. We'll step aside for a quick break in our pregame show. Come back, get you set for game number 5. The North Vermillion Falcons and the Northview Knights. We'll be right back.
While serving in Afghanistan, I was hit by sniper fire. My victory is sharing my story of resilience to help the next generation.
DAV helps more than 1 million veterans every year. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Fearless Designs is still your champion for the finest in laser engraving. Trophies, hats, key rings, mugs, license plates, signs, and almost anything you can dream of are all available. Fearless Designs is a local company now serving the entire United States. Contact Fearless Designs for all your gift and promotional items. You will be glad you did.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafting some of the best trailers on the road. With cutting-edge technology and a family-focused environment, we empower our employees to grow, learn, and thrive in the manufacturing industry, all while focusing on delivering the very best for our customers. Come join our legacy of excellence and start building your future. Learn more at greatdane.com/careers. Great Dane. Be great.
Terre Haute and Vigo County are a great place to stay, play, and live. Land High, or as the French say, Terre Haute, was founded as a trade center on the Wabash River and is today a robust city being reborn with a new convention center, Larry Bird Museum, dirt track racing at the Action Track, big name concerts at the Mill, NCAA national championships and state titles won on the Gibson cross-country course. Hotels and restaurants abound. Plus, Terre Haute is the home of Indiana State University, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Ivy Tech, where you can find educational opportunity and sports of all kind. Come experience the Children's Museum, walking trails, bike trails, and the Swope Art Museum. There's something for everyone in Terre Haute.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
North Vermillion and Northview, NV and NV, here today on the Indiana Sports Network. Game number 5 of the day here at the Holbert Arena, our second game of our schedule today. Our next 2 games are 2 games that we'll have after this. There's a 5:30 game between South Knox and Terre Haute North. Have that on our airwaves, as well as the nightcap at 8:30, Plainfield and Park Heritage. A couple of games that will be very good. North already getting a win at Mooresville earlier this week. Park Heritage already getting a win at West Vigo earlier this week. Plainfield already getting a win at Avon earlier this week. So you're seeing some teams. North Central, I believe, has a win also. I think so.
Your mouth got ahead of yourself.
Yeah, and but you're seeing some teams toward the back end of the slate here coming in with records of 1-0, just like the Falcons of North Vermillion. They got a win against Westville of Illinois, 78-63. So 78 points is a lot in high school basketball. And so putting up some big numbers against Westville. Their first opening season win in a number of years, about 6 years. And so we'll see how North Vermillion comes in, with a game already under the belt versus Northview trying to maybe knock off some rust.
Yeah, and you're right. They did have some pretty good showings there in the first game. I think it was Tegan Leonard had 21 points, almost 70% from the field. a different Tegan Dowers, and that's spelled differently too. He had 14 points, 8 assists, a lot of good things going on. Lane Thoman also had 12 points, so spreading the scoring around, a good shooting performance to start the year. And, Northview's going to have a little rust to knock off as far as, getting out and seeing a team in a different jersey. And, maybe North Vermillion can take advantage of that early on before Northview finds a rhythm.
And we're getting ready to have the introductions of our starting lineups here in a moment. And as we have that, we will bring that to you. Here we go.
Starting at one guard, a junior, number 10, Lane Thoman.
Number 10, Lane Thoman.
Second guard position, a junior, number 11, Tegan Dowers.
Number 11, Tegan Dowers.
Guard position, a freshman, number 12, Tegan Leonard.
Number 12, Tegan Leonard.
Forward, a senior, number 32, Matthew Dawson.
Senior, number 32, Matthew.
Center for the Falcons.
And a senior, number 40, Owen Edwards.
And the head coach of the Falcons is Cody Wright.
And I will say, looks like Edwards, I'm looking forward to seeing him his senior season. We'll talk about him as we go along. For the Knights, Traven Bias, a sophomore. The junior, Christian Bryant.
Starting at the third guard position, a 6'1" junior, number 5, Avery
Number
Perry.
5, Avery Perry.
Starting at the fourth guard position, a 6'2" junior, number 21,
Braden Goff.
And starting at the ninth lone forward tonight, a 6'5"
And
senior,
number 40, Carson
40,
Fosdick. So, for the Falcons, Thoman, Dowers, Leonard, Dawson, and Edwards. For the Knights, Bias, Bryan, Perry, Goff, and Fosdick. You see the electric blue, I guess you might say, for the Falcons.
It's a sharp blue.
It's a sharp blue. I love that. I had some suede shoes that color when I was probably 18 years old. You couldn't tell me anything. Tip is up and won by the Falcons. Northview coming out with the man-to-man defense. Going to be interesting with these dark numerals on dark jerseys for the Falcons. Double team on Edwards. Looks at the basket. Got away with almost, I was going to say, got away with turning the ball over, but they did turn it over as the Northview Knights show some pressure.
Falcon foul is on number 40, Edwards.
They called a foul on Edwards.
Oh, they did call a foul. Okay. That's not one that you want to pick up there. Edwards picking up foul number 1.
About 20 seconds in.
Yeah. Knights running their offense. Goff at the top. Shows the ball. Moves it. Perry in the corner. Triple. And here comes pressure by the Knights. Full court man. Leonard being picked up by the Knights. Goff. Leonard, just a freshman, led the team in scoring. There's Edwards. He can do that, folks. Big man can step out. Didn't get that one. Balls on the floor. Love to see guys getting after it on the floor early.
Yeah, that's what any coach wants to see. You want to see that kind of hustle all season long, but you want to set the tone early with how you're going to play.
Knights, 3 up early. Goff shows it and blows by his defender, gets a 3-point look for one of the Knights, and it's off the mark. Here comes Edwards advancing the ball. Leonard on the logo, trying to initiate the offense. Falcons look a little discombobulated right here, trying to get into their set. Leonard wants it on the block, has it, switches. Good hands by Northview. Here comes Bias. No whistle in the bucket. Letting them play on here early.
North Vermillion playing pretty, they want to go at a slower pace here. They're going to get a foul on Bias there. Seen that a couple times today, kind of an unfortunate slide on the floor.
That's right. 5-0, 2 minutes into this contest. Nice with some pressure, and they get the turnover. Perry off the glass and a foul. He'll shoot 2.
This is kind of mirroring what we saw in the first game.
I was getting ready to ask you.
Cloverdale came out not really prepared for the pressure that Greencastle put on them. And once Greencastle let up just a little bit, Cloverdale was able to settle into their offense and really went wild. But Northview coming out hot and heavy here.
Yep. First free throw made, second one missed by Perry. Of course, Avery Perry, a standout on the football field as well. Known to swing a baseball bat in his day. Off the glass, no. Follow, yes. Matthew Dawson. Goff, opposite. Bias, no. Goff with Perry, a strong rebound. Oh, and a strip by North Vermillion. Here come the Falcons. Fosdick intercepts the pass that was going for Edwards. He read it well. Northfield slow it up and get into their offense. 6-2, 3 minutes in. Goff has been a driver and a facilitator so far. Great burst by Bias, couldn't finish it. Here come the Falcons. Leonard gets fouled by Goff. His first foul.
So you feel like North Vermillion's maybe sustained through this first Northview wave. And now we'll see if they can calm things down a little bit, because they are very much still in it here, even after 3 turnovers.
That's right. Already. Substitution for the Falcons. Are you having trouble seeing these numbers like I am?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to bring that up, actually.
Very good.
It's the black on dark blue,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's tough. Looks like you're seeing North, you're going to double team Owen Edwards on the block.
Yeah.
Falcons trying to get into their offense. We're going to get it back to Tegan Dowers. Dowers penetrates and pitches. The freshman off the mark. Here comes Goff. Into the paint, pitches to Perry. Perry drives. Good defense by the Falcons, making Northview reset. Bias travels. Northview, their first turnover, I believe. First turnover of the game. Second turnover, yeah. Okay.
Not to correct you, Walt.
No, correct me. That's why I looked at you.
Yeah, North Vermillion's just got to find a way to put the ball in the hoop here. They've calmed down. Everything's going pretty well. They're breaking the pressure a little better now.
Here comes Leonard. You can see Tegan Leonard, a very smooth freshman.
Yeah.
Handles the ball well. Edwards calls for it. The free three-point line. Bringing Fosdick out. Let's see if he can get some offensive rebounds. Leonard throws one up and good. Tegan Leonard, his first bucket, 6-4 Knights. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Goff, his first three-point attempt of the day is no good. Falcons looking to try to advance the ball. They're going to call a timeout. They were caught in a trick bag on the baseline to call the timeout. 2:52 to go in the first quarter.
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
6-4, Northview up early. 2:52 to go in the first quarter. Troy, North Vermillion, like you mentioned, hanging in there just like Cloverdale tried to do in the previous game.
Yeah, they're getting through the pressure a little better now, and if they can knock down a few shots, we saw Leonard finally get one to fall. I mean, they need to see a few go in here. They can compete with these guys, but Northview are relying too heavily on the three right now, I feel like.
Getting out of that advancing out of the pressure is North Vermillion. And there is Tegan Dowers missing a three. Perry with the rebound. Bias. Fosdick setting the screen. Ooh, looking down low. And that ball hit the Peyton McCollum right in the noggin, it looked like. 3-point in transition, no good for North Vermillion. Ball a little bit short. Low scoring affair. Early in the contest. Would love to see Fosdick get a touch somewhere around the paint. Would also love to see Fosdick command that ball around the paint. 3-point up, swirls around and no good. Great rebound by North Vermillion.
Shots just aren't dropping yet. By far our lowest scoring quarter of the day.
Right. Oh, could be a foul. Nope, no call. Up and no good off the front iron was Tegan Leonard. Goff penetrates. Perry left side corner. His second three of the game. Avery Perry, the only guy with the sweet stroke at this point. Right down the court, it was Ryder Michael. His shot's no good, advancing up the court for McCollum. Nope. Fosdick gets fouled. It'll be baseline out of bounds for the Knights. 9-4 advantage, 1:08 to go in the first quarter.
A little sloppy on both ends so far. We've had 3 turnovers apiece, and Northview finding a little more success in transition than North Vermillion. And that's the second foul on Edwards.
Yeah, that's not good. Owen Edwards, a guy that can score the ball a little bit. Scored 11 points a game last year. Northview working their offense. Shot up and no good. Rebound down to Michael. Would love to know who 33 is on North Vermillion's roster, because he's in the game right now. I don't have him. He's a big fella. Down to 20 seconds on the clock. North Vermillion, a basket here at the end of the quarter would be big. And an offensive foul!
Wow.
They called an offensive foul. Ooh, he got the push off. I don't know. It's a close call. It's a close call.
I don't like the call, but he did have his arm outstretched all the way. You're generally going to get that called against you. And
not the first one to do that today. Here comes Northview. One possession. Down to 7. Bias turns the corner to the paint. Up off the glass and good. 3.7 seconds remain And Bias will be at the free throw line for one.
That ball had some English on it, Walt.
Yes, it did. You know, it's interesting. You know, at that size, you learn to. Oh, okay, thank you. You learn to put English on the ball. He missed the free throw. North Vermillion with the last second heave. Oh, off the iron and no good. 11-4. Your first quarter score. Back after this on the Indiana Sports Network.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years. And now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
I'm Ryan Luce with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley
with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Well, we found out the mystery to us for a brief moment. North Vermillion's Andre Bukas, 6'6" junior, in the game. I told you he was a big fella, right?
He is a big fella.
Right. 6'6". Was in the game for a little bit. He's on the bench right now as North Vermillion has the ball to start quarter number 2. They have a 7-point deficit. Plenty of time for Mr. Work, and here comes Northview. Going to go to a little 1-3-1. McCollum and Fosdick at the top. Edwards down low says thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know about having Goff on him. That's not a favorable matchup for the Knights.
Fosdick, top of the key. One of his first touches of the evening. Here comes Perry on the drive, using his strength. Just so strong. He'll get an and one opportunity. Foul's going to go on Bowman.
His first personal foul. Team's first foul. Perry shooting 1.
How about every Perry here today? Got 10 points already?
Yep. Yeah,
almost a steal. There's a steal. Fosdick advances it. Goff. Try to whip around pass to McCollum. Swings it out to Perry. And there's Bias. That would have been a big bucket. Here comes Leonard in the front court. Off the glass. Yes. Teagan Leonard. That's 4 of the 8 for North Vermillion. They're down 6. Goff. Sides contact and a bucket. Action is starting to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we saw in the first game. So that's second quarter they went nuts, and so it's starting to get a little more up and down as we go.
Avery Perry swatted down. You get a foul on that. He did not.
They're letting him play for sure.
Yeah, very fortunate. Didn't get the foul call. Of course, I don't know that he made much contact, if he made any, but usually when you swat that hard, they're going to call you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, one of those things. It's more what you think you see than what you see.
Yeah.
But
got to get this ball in, close to a 5. They barely get it in. In the corner, right side, no good. Rebound off to McCollum, and here come the Northview Knights advancing the ball. Perry thought about a 3, got it to Goff. A nice screen by Fosdick, but he blew the bunny. Oh boy, Fosdick shielded the man. Goff couldn't pay it off.
It's a dangerous time for North Vermillion. They got to put some points up here and cut this lead down.
Dowers thought about that 3, but he just missed one. North Vermillion trying to work this ball into their offense. Leonard getting stared down by Perry. He's calling for the high screen. Fosdick hedges hard. They trap. They got it off his leg. Perry snatches it, and here comes Northview. Great defense by the Knights. Passing down low. Off the glass is in. The big man gets rewarded for the effort on the defensive end. The hard edge led to a Fosdick bucket. 18-8. Northview on top by 10. Dowers, 3-point. Oh, he needed that. Tegan Dowers needed that one to go down in the worst way, and it did. 18-11.
Yeah, that was a big hit. Northview winning the hustle battle so far, and that's mainly to blame for their 7-point lead.
Fosdick gets it on the left block, extended. Kick it back out. Oh, he actually was trying to make the pass, went into the defender while making the pass and picks up an offensive foul.
Yeah, you dip that shoulder, they're generally going to call it.
That was Matthew Dawson providing the resistance. That'll go down to turnover number 4?
4 for Northview,
okay.
Yep.
All right. North Vermillion trying to dip this lead. Dowers has McCullum. They went with the screen and, had to call a timeout there. North Vermillion and Coach Wright didn't like what he saw to call the timeout. Is that what we're doing? Timeout or no timeout? I'm about to go to break, but I guess we're not.
Not sure what.
I thought, did you see timeout?
I don't know what's happening right now.
I thought I saw a timeout.
I thought that's what he pointed to the side for, but.
I think they misunderstood. In the event, we'll stay here, 4:30 to go. North Vermillion still has the ball. One foul apiece for these teams. It's kind of comical, but both teams have been whistled for one infraction. Play on, boys, play on. Corner 3, off the iron. Bias. We're halfway through the second quarter. Christian Bryan with the ball. Driving and penetrating, getting to Perry. He's already knocked down 2. Make it 3. A timeout by Coach Neville. 21-11. Northview matches their biggest lead with just under 4 minutes to go in the half. We'll be right back.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we know dirt. Last year, this piece of property produced 50 acres of beans. It's a little low on nitrogen, and the pH is 6.8.
Oh, and they also had cattle on here.
When it comes to knowing your ground, isn't it important to have a realtor who does as well?
And that's no bull.
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com. We are your Indiana land specialist.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Disabled American Veterans, Excel 8 Sports, Fearless Design, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes, some of the sponsors that are helping us to bring you these contests here today. At the end of November, the last day of November, we turn the page to December on tomorrow, and it feels all of it. It feels the part, because it's cold out there, Troy.
It's time for you to go Christmas shopping.
Well, I got my daughter's Christmas list just a few days ago.
How brutal is it?
It's not that bad. It's pretty reasonable. She put several items on there and put her name on it, so I knew who it was that wrote it. Put hearts on there for me, so.
Number 35, McCollum, 6-6.
First free throw up and good by Tegan Leonard. Freshman's got a great free throw mechanic, doesn't he? Free throw looks good. The ball coming out of his hand looks good. 8-point lead by the Knights. Good player movement, ball movement for the Northview Knights. Ball whipping around all over the place. That three by Perry, no good, but McCollum a rebound, and Bias tears one up. Nope, Vozick now with a rebound. Go up, young man. A little bit too strong. Gets it again, goes up a second time. No! Couldn't quite get it to go down, but a couple of offensive rebounds by Vozick.
You don't feel good after 4 opportunities and you can't put one down.
Got to put one of them down. Falcons dodging bullet after bullet. Can they get this to go? Nope. Goff snatches the rebound. Northview fills the wing. 3-on-1 break, 3-on-2 break. Run beautifully, and Goff found Perry, who got fouled and will shoot 2 free throws. You love the fact that Perry on the right wing, Bias, or was it Bryant, excuse me, maybe, on the left wing, filling those lanes very well.
Yeah, they're spacing the floor really well and always able to, they kind of feel where each other are. You can tell these kids have played together for a few seasons now.
Right. And 1 of 2 is made.
Avery Perry still leading North Vermillion here, 14-13. So
Gibson Schimmel into the contest. Dowers gets the shoulder by him and scores. Dowers now has 5. Lead is 7. 2:20 to go in the half. Owen Edwards with his 2 fouls back in the contest. Schimmel from 3. Oh, how about it? Gibson Schimmel. 1 touch, 1 bucket. Perry defending on the block. Leaning on Dawson. They had to swing it. Got to get Owen Edwards involved in this offense if you're North Vermillion. Good rebound by Dawson. Couldn't pay it off. Here come the Knights up 10, under 2 to go in the quarter. Goff and a foul. Still only the 3rd team foul, so there will be no free throws.
Falcon foul is on number 14, Michael, his 2nd personal foul. Team's 3rd foul.
Oh, a great pass.
Beautiful.
A good flip on the inbound. Perry is just eating the Falcons for lunch here. I mean, I'm telling you what, he's having himself a day.
16 points already.
Edwards leaning on his man, trying to get a shot up. He hasn't had very many attempts, so he rushed that one. Dawson underneath, cleans up, and gets the bucket. He's got 4. 3-point attempt. Schimmel, no. Going the other way.
It's going to be a foul on McCollum, I think.
Yeah. Falcons down 10. Troy, if they can get a stop score to finish this half, they can feel pretty good.
Yeah, they just stole a bucket down here last time, so if they can
literally
get another one here, they're, they're still in it, very much so.
Wild shot goes in. Tegan Dowers got to his right hand, and here comes the Northview Knights. Just like that, Peyton McCollum run at the floor, got rewarded. He's got his first bucket, back to a 10-point lead. 3-point, no. Perry, rebound, yes. Christian Bryan looking for the ball on the left side. Goff down the middle, no good. Perry calls for the top of the key with 32 seconds with it. McCollum wants the ball on the block, doesn't get it. Coach Neville says, slow it down. We're going to hold for 1. We'll see if the boys execute. Goff. Down to 9. Getting their offense now. Perry bobbles the ball. He has it with 3. Up and under, a wild one, no good. And the Northview Knights couldn't quite execute that last possession, but they did take the last shot. So we'll take the good with the bad. 29-19 is your score. They've got a 10-point advantage on the Falcons. we'll step aside for a commercial break and come back for our halftime show right here on the Indiana Sports Network.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1. You are. You're #1 at York.
Terre Haute and Vigo County are a great place to stay, play, and live. Land High, or as the French say, Terre Haute, was founded as a trade center on the Wabash River and is today a robust city being reborn with a new convention center, Larry Bird Museum, dirt track racing at the Action Track, big name concerts at the Mill, NCAA national championships and state titles won on the Gibson cross-country course. Hotels and restaurants abound. Plus, Terre Haute is the home of Indiana State University, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Ivy Tech, where you can find educational opportunity and sports of all kind. Come experience the Children's Museum, walking trails, bike trails, and the Swope Art Museum. There's something for everyone in Terre Haute. This is a great big thank you to the presenters of this 4th annual Gobbler Game Shootout. Mossy Oak Properties, Ryan Luce State Farm Insurance, ServPro, York Automotive, Trent Car Construction, and Refreshment Services Pepsi. Thank you, gentlemen, for presenting these games.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafting some of the best trailers on the road. With cutting-edge technology and a family-focused environment, we empower our employees to grow, learn, and thrive in the manufacturing industry, all while focusing on delivering the very best for our customers. Come join our legacy of excellence and start building your future. Learn more at greatdane.com/careers. Great Dane. Be great.
It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
29-19, your score at halftime. I had to find it on my sheet here. I'm like, where are the numbers at? When you look at this first half, Troy, pretty entertaining. It hasn't been pretty at the whole time, but this is kind of what you would expect for a first game. But both teams, you can see some really good parts of what they're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel like North Vermillion's wanting to be a little more methodical about things. Northview's kind of rushing them, though, and they can't really get into their game plan the way they want to play it. Northview is they're controlling the game right now, a little more up tempo. They're getting a lot of threes taken. I don't really understand why every team is just bombing threes today.
That's just the game nowadays.
I guess. I mean, it doesn't seem to be working out too well for anybody. North Vermillion 1 of 10, and Northview 4 of 13. So we saw a lot of that in the Cloverdale Greencastle game too. Just threes raining down from everywhere. But I guess you're right. The game's passed me by.
Well, I remember years ago, late coach Mike Saylor, who succeeded Pat Rady at Terre Haute South, he talked about three-point equivalency. And he was saying if you can shoot, 35% from three, that's like, 52% from two or something like that. and his thought was get threes up, get threes up, get threes up. I thought he was out of his mind at that point. But then all of a sudden, not long after that, on a national level, you see Mike D'Antoni saying the same thing. NBA shooting threes, then college does the same thing. Now it's in high school.
Yeah.
That's just, you want to touch paint, you want to kick it out, shoot the three. So it was no more mid-range, essentially. Layups, threes, free throws. That's what they want to do. But the problem, as you're talking about, at the high school level, sometimes it's really hard to do that because of what guys have at their disposal with their talent level. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we get back, we'll have an interview with Ryan Lewis from State Farm. We'll be right back.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years, and now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
And we're joined with Ryan Lewis from State Farm Insurance. And I tell you, Ryan, we'll just jump right into this interview as halftime of this game, Northview and North Vermillion. We talked about this a moment ago off air. Some really good games so far here in the Gobbler games, which is what people come to expect.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we've been lucky enough to have some good matchups so far. We got a lot of games. This game's ultra competitive. It's starting to get a little physical in there.
Yeah.
So it's very entertaining. I know, Coach Wright's going to make some adjustments at halftime. Northview's got some skilled kids. So does North Vermillion. So we're looking for a good second half. Some more games to come. We appreciate everybody kind of traveling from all over. So you've seen some of these games earlier with Cascade, Mount Vernon.
Right.
We don't know a whole lot about them from the outside, so we're relying on, Ed Jarvis has done a great job at Terre Haute South on scheduling some quality matchups that we've enjoyed all day.
You talked about not knowing a whole lot about them. People in the Wabash Valley area, they don't get to see a Cascade or a Mount Vernon, or maybe not a South Knox, Plainfield in the postseason. So you see some of these teams coming in here, brings a lot of intrigue and some new teams that they get to put eyes on.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned it a couple times. We tried with the Big Four. We want, North, South, West Vigo, and Northview, and then, the 4 banks of the Wabash schools, the 2 Park and 2 Vermillion schools, and then the other 8 teams. We're trying to bring in some teams that, local Wabash Valley sports fans don't always see, and I think we've done a good job of it once again. There's some good matchups and, some intriguing individual players.
Yeah.
We're going to see a couple talented kids from Plainfield here at the 8:30 game. I know South Knox got a standout that Coach Wolfley's, getting ready for Terre Haute North, and you get to, see them this early in the year. I think sports fans around the Wabash Valley appreciate that, and they're able to kind of, the new age world that we live in. Sure. They can follow them on Twitter and start to see how these teams progress throughout the year. So we look forward to it.
Of course, people are really get excited about the Gobbler games each and every year. This is now the 4th annual event that we've had. Why is it important? And talk to us about the importance of State Farm being involved in the Gobbler games.
Yeah, as far as from the State Farm perspective, I think there's no other insurance company that invests so much locally. So giving not only the opportunity for schools to make money off of an event, as we all know, times are tough. So
yes.
I think the schools appreciate being involved in it, and then us giving back to the community on a local basis so that we're, everybody sees Patrick Mahomes and State Farm and all that stuff. But at the local level, we're able to give back and help, communities and schools that, that in turn help us out in the future and throughout our businesses. But we've been blessed. We've got 2 new sponsors this year with Trent Car Construction from Brazil. And then Refreshment Service Pepsi with, Kyle Gossett jumped on board. And then the old hat, us four that have been around the whole time with Surf Pro, York Chevrolet, and then Mossy Oak Properties, Jeff Mahalik. So, I think we're all in it for the same reason. We want to have a good day. We want to celebrate, high school athletics, which is the purest form, especially with NIL these days.
That's right.
So now it's definitely the purest form, and a little bit of throwback to the old days where single-class basketball was a big thing around here.
And I know we're getting ready to start the third quarter, and we'll get the camera on these boys. I'm going to keep you here for a moment, if I can steal a moment or two from you. You mentioned as we show the third quarter, and we'll kind of comment as we go. You talk about some of the single-class field. You'll have 1A North Vermillion, 3A Northview.
Yeah.
Right here on this. So this is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got a couple, teams that are, sectional champions from last year.
That's right.
It was kind of an intriguing matchup for us. And then, every year it seems like there's a newcomer that's, highly touted or somebody to look out for. So I know Coach Leonard from North Vermillion, who's an assistant coach, his son Tegan's.
He looks good.
Yeah, he's somebody that's been on the radar for a long time in the Wabash Valley, and then. Growing up, my son playing with, the Goffs and, Buells and all those from Northview, I think, adds some intrigue for us. And then, even though they're close in proximity relatively, they don't see a lot of each other. So it's a good matchup, especially early in the year, see where everybody stands and heading into conference games.
And both of these teams, of course, you mentioned winning sectionals last year. The nightcap, I know you'll be kind of having your eyes on that one, of course. The Park Heritage. With Plainfield. Talk about 1A versus 4A there. Plainfield, a very good, experienced team, have some good talent. And then, of course, Park Heritage, known to make a deep run and have great regular season, but also make deep runs. So very intriguing matchup to finalize the day.
Yeah, I think Coach Shelsky at Park Heritage has done a great job preparing this team for deep tournament runs and back-to-back years in the semi-state final last year. And he mentioned it, I think, in a couple of his interviews. It's kind of, it's time for us to kind of get over the hump as far as Park Heritage goes and beat some bigger schools and, definitely have our hands full tonight.
Right.
May not happen tonight, but it's going to prepare us, for March, I think.
Absolutely.
Playing 4A talent, and I know they've got some definite, prospects when it comes to Division I players and things like that. So seeing people that are bigger, faster, stronger is always a good thing for some of the smaller schools.
Northview get on the board with 3 by Carson Fosdick. I'm going to let you go, but just going to let you, I know people, in internet age can look stuff up very easily, but people that need insurance needs, how can they get a hold of you and talk to you and your staff?
Yeah, absolutely. We are blessed. Our office has got 5 full-time fully licensed team members. We're very easy to find if you look us up at luceismyagent.com. We're on Instagram. We're in the social media age, so we've even got, So we got Facebook, we have Instagram, we have stuff like that, and just look for us out, your local community events. We try to get involved as much as possible.
Well, Ryan, we really appreciate you stopping by to talk to us, and look forward to seeing your boy out there with Park Heritage later on this evening, and best of luck to your organization, and I know we'll see you down the road.
Yeah, we very much appreciate all you guys do, and have a good evening.
All right. That's Ryan Luce with State Farm as we continue this third quarter, as we'll get Troy back up here in a minute. Thank you very much. Northview up 32-21 as we traded buckets. I know we had Fosdick hit a 3, and didn't see who that was for North Vermillion that got that bucket, but they're swinging that ball, and Perry, who's hit 3 threes, make it 4. He's got 19, and Coach Wright needs a timeout. They'll take a timeout, down 14, 5:17 to go in this third quarter.
I'm Ryan Luce with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
35-21. Owen Edwards inbound to that ball as North Vermillion trying to get something happening here. As Tegan Leonard able to get something off the glass. He's got 8 in the contest, and now North Vermillion going to a little bit of a trap. A little wrinkle here as they try to get back in this game, and I like it.
Yeah, they got to try to mix it up a little bit just to put some pressure on the Knights and try to get back in this thing.
Fosdick another 3, misses that one from the left corner. Rebound down to Thoman. He gets hounded. Here comes Dowers. Still looking for Owen Edwards to put his stamp on this game. He's got 2 points thus far. Ball tipped out of bounds by Northview. Will stay here for North Vermillion. North Vermillion tried to keep it, and here comes Brian. He does pull up from 3. Oh, he did. Christian Bryan thought about it, then did it. Knocks it down, 15-point advantage for the Knights. Dowers trying to get the guys situated in the right spot. Edwards drives on Fosdick. He gets cut off. Just can't get around him. Ball tipped. Here comes Fosdick, going to grab it and initiate the offense. Gets it to Brian. Brian another 3. Look out. Uh-oh. Christian Bryan all of a sudden back-to-back 3s. In another timeout, North Vermillion. 41 Knights, 23 Falcons, 3:25 to go, third quarter.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
And there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles! For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com.
Oh, that's gross.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Knights open up their biggest lead. 18 points is their advantage right now as the Falcons really trying to figure things out. Here comes more trap from Northview. Nice drive from the left side there. And that one is good by Ryder Michael. His, I think, first bucket of the game.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing confidence growing with Northview and confidence kind of fading with North Vermillion here. So let's hope it doesn't get too out of control.
McCollum off the glass. No, in a foul. It'll go the other way.
Maybe that timeout was what they needed to kind of gather themselves here.
Maybe so. Coach Wright knows that you can't take those with you. So you might as well use them when you need them. Dowers, top of the key. Oh, how about that? How about that, Tegan Dowers? He's got 10. And a quick little spurt there. Shut off by Braden Goff. You just think that at any point when he wants to in this game, he can get his own shot.
It's a big answer by Goff. They were starting to cut into it a little bit, and he kind of calms the storm there.
Tip from behind, and they keep it up. Could have been a foul, I thought. As I thought Dawson got fouled there.
Yeah.
very few calls being made in this game. And I don't. Uh-oh. And there's a call. There's your three-point shooter getting fouled. But not a whole lot of calls being made in this game to keep the flow going. You know, so I'm definitely not going to argue too vociferously.
Well, you got 8 games in one day.
That's
you got to
right.
stay on time.
That's right.
So.
You call these fouls, we're going to be here till, 12:30 in the morning like they were last night in that Georgia Tech and Georgia game. 8 overtimes, man. Are you kidding me?
I didn't stay up for that one.
I did. I watched it later, which means I was up real late, actually. That's why I needed that coffee this morning. Fantastic contest. I was really hoping that Georgia Tech would get that win.
I think a lot of people were, just to throw another wrench into things.
Yes. 2 out of 3 free throws made by Christian Bryan.
He's got some wrenches thrown today from what I've seen.
Yes, we have. Shot up off the mark. Good rebound there by Michael. He's been really battling hard this half. Dowers, 17-footer. Good. Teagan Dowers. Quickly up the court. Christian Bryan gets the feet set. No good. Oh, out of bounds. That was Peyton McCollum standing on the baseline when he touched the ball. 15-point deficit for the Falcons as they, looking to try to, they can get at the end of the quarter, get it down to 10. If they can do that,
if they get it down to 10. We still got a game going to the fourth.
Yeah.
They've finally been hitting a shot here and there, so they just got to get some stops.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, they called the travel. We talked about a lot of these teams, play, beef up your schedule so that at the end of the season you're tested, and that's North Vermillion getting a 3A opponent that just won a sectional last year. This is going to serve them well. Beautiful play by the Knights finding McCollum, but this is going to serve the Falcons well toward the end of the season.
It's going to toughen them up quick.
Yeah. There's a knife dive right there by Graham Young, and he gets on the board. So good takes by both teams, leading to easy baskets.
And North Vermillion's starting to spread the ball around a little bit here and get some more guys involved, and still showing a lot of pressure on defense as well.
Andre Bukas back in the game. Pass ends up in the hands of Falsick. Uses the left. No, stays with it. Has the ball again and got fouled. Boy, I tell you, Falsick in most games is the biggest guy out there, but he's out there battling with Bukas, who's a little bit taller than him, maybe not quite as muscular, but just as tall and maybe has an inch or so on him.
Well, and that's the battle Fosdick has to fight all year. He may not be huge, but he is the big guy on Northview.
Right.
He's going to have to take on every other big guy they play.
Inbounds play, tipped to Goff, couldn't quite get it, and a great job to save it by Northview. Oh, boy, tried to go down the lane and got stolen. Bukas at the buzzer. Ooh, no call, and the clock expired, 47-32 at the end of the third quarter. We'll be back for the fourth after this.
Your all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an all-pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one all-pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1. You are. You're #1 at York.
Indiana Sports Network, your home for high school holiday hoops.
Well, Northview was back-to-back 18-point quarters, starting to push this thing out. It was 10 at the intermission. Now it's 15 is the advantage. And really playing some good basketball here, Troy.
Yeah, they really are, and that's a good point. Back-to-back 18-point quarters. You know, that's going to give you 72 a game. You're going to win probably about 90% of your games, scored 72 points. So pretty good start to the year here for Northview. They shook off any rust they had real quick. And
they did.
Good momentum, spreading the ball around. They're playing at a good pace, and more importantly, they're a control team. They got to control the pace of the game, and they're doing a really good job of that today.
Of course, the Northview Knights trying to win their season opener. After starting 1-5 last year, they flurried and had a really good season as the way the thing ended up. Out of the timeout, quick shot by Leonard. No good. But Northview, they had a hard time at the beginning of the season and then found their stride. Finished the season with 10-12. The last regular season game was on the road. Won 8 of those. And then won their home finale by beating Bloomington South for the first time in I don't know how long.
We'll find out a lot of what they're made of next weekend. They go to Sullivan Friday night.
Yes.
Then they host Clay City on Saturday. So
that is a tough swing.
That's a real tough back-to-back.
Not only because those teams are good, those are 2 physical teams.
Yeah.
Going to Sullivan. When you go to Sullivan for Northview, going to Sullivan, they need Saturday night off, to be honest with you. That's just how much it takes out of you when those 2 teams get together. They really get after it. It's fun basketball to watch.
It is. And then you bring the Eels into town, and that's no joke there.
That's right. So see how they fare. Faring well tonight. A great rebound by Fawcett. Gets into Goff and one.
Goal for 2. Fouls on number 14, Michael, his 4th personal foul.
Another thing is they're not relying on Goff offensively as much this season, which is going to be a big plus for them.
Well, I think Goff is very smart in that he is trying to, and it was a very concerted effort, you can see it early, to get his guys involved. He can get his shot in this game anytime he wants to, but he's been trying to get from the very first play, getting other people involved, spreading the ball around, penetrate pitch, to get his guys in a rhythm.
It opens him up more as well.
You better believe it. But later on in the season, there will be games where they need him to score 20.
Last year he averaged over 20, I'm
there you
pretty
go.
sure. And, he was an Indiana All-Star, too.
Yep.
So.
Goff with a strong rebound in the push. Head up. Great pass to Perry. Not only did he lead him in the right spot, but he had Perry set up very nicely for the finish. Didn't quite finish that off, but that was a pinpoint accurate pass. Put just enough air on it, right on the spot.
Let's remind everybody, he's a junior.
Yes.
He's
His dad, Alan, played stand out at Terre Haute North. So comes from good genes. I don't know how much he listened to his dad. You know how that is with father and son. Sometimes they butt heads, and, hopefully he's listened to his dad. His dad definitely knows. Rebound by Perry.
Well, Avery Perry's been
strong
tonight.
Yes.
Offensive, defensive, leading the team in scoring, but he's been just a brute on the defensive end as well. It's a hard-nosed kid.
Look at that pass from Goff to Fosdick. Got maybe a little bit too underneath the basket, and now Perry has it. They're really making North Vermillion chase, aren't they? Bucket and the foul. Braden Goff. He's nearing double digits.
Falcon foul is on number 32, Dawson, his 1st personal foul, team's 2nd foul.
In the game with
we
Ryland
see that
Thomas.
Toughness from Perry on the football field, and it carries over here to the hardwood. He's showing that he could play a big role on this team as Fosdick takes a seat for McCollum. But I'd like to see Fosdick maybe be a little more precise when he's around the rim. That's the only thing I would take from their inside game today.
On the floor is Perry. Trying to come away. Boy, I love seeing 4 guys on the floor. really getting after it here today. Very spirited contest. 20-point affair that we have. North Vermillion, maybe just a little bit outmatched here today, but it'll serve them well in the Wabash River Conference. They will be at Riverton Park next Friday, the 6th of Friday. And then they'll have that Saturday off before going to Traders Point Christian. So, yeah. And so they'll have some really good games ahead of them. And I think they're going to end up having a fine season. They can stay healthy. I think they'll end up having a very fine season.
You're right. This is going to do nothing but help them.
That's
I know
right.
it's going to be tough losing by 20 or so to Northview.
Yeah.
You know, that's you want to learn your lessons early and get better as the year goes.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of panic going on with the IU basketball team right now. You want to take those licks early.
Yes.
So they got all the talent in the world. They're just not playing together yet, and you got to get it figured out now.
Louisville put the smack down on them too. Boy.
Yeah.
Strong rebound by Perry. Not sure how many rebounds he has, but it's quite a few. The makeup of this team by Northview, the pieces are there. Look, a great pass. Great pass. Bias. An easy bucket. And now the read by Goff to steal. 4-on-1 advantage. Perry off the glass. Probably going to see some subs here pretty soon for Northview. Wouldn't be surprised to see them empty the bench here in the next moment or so.
Puts Perry at 21 for the night.
And look at Goff trying to draw the charge. Not able to quite do so.
That motor just never shuts off with him. He's playing just as hard now as he did when this game started.
Yep.
And they're up by 24.
There hasn't been a whole lot of ebbs and flows. It's been a steady build for the Northview Knights as that tidal wave was just rolling, washing over the Falcons here tonight.
Well, they were up by 7 after 1, up by 10 at half, and then kind of got blown up wide open.
Should have been offensive foul, and it is. Yeah.
A little frustration, maybe.
Yeah. Looked like Bias took one of the chops there. Dowers picks up foul number 3.
But this is a Northview team that could very well compete for the WIC this year. They haven't won a conference championship since 2016-17 when they were the WIC West champions. It's been over 20 years since North Vermillion won a conference title.
Wow. That's a long time. Goff gets his shot blocked. Trying to get the ball back at him. Oh, boy, what a scrum. Guys on the floor once again. We're going to get a foul. Ooh, we got Goff with a foul. Okay. But I was saying the makeup of this team, looking at the Northview Knights, look like they have some ball handlers. You know, you have a couple guys that can shoot. You got some strength. You know, you got a wing in Perry. You got Schimmel with some good size coming off the bench. I mean, so, it's a great shot there by Leonard. But you can see the makeup of this Northview Knights team. They're going to be somebody that's fun to watch over the course of the year, get better and better.
Well, and what that gives you is, you know, there's no game you're going to go into where you don't have a way to win.
Sure.
So you just got to execute.
Look at the big boy, Peyton McCollum. Weak side rebound. He'll earn a chip to the free throw line after this bucket.
You know, they're going to get in some of these games where it's a physical kind of beat-em-up kind of game, and they're going to need Fosdick and McCollum and Perry to really get in there and play dirty. And
how about next week?
Yeah.
At Sullivan,
and
it's going to be a physical game.
Yep.
Going to be physical. So they're going to need to bring it. And then, of course, like you said, after that, it's Clay City. So,
but, you know, if they get into a three-point shooting contest, they've got the guys for that, too, with Bias and Bryan and Goff. So.
And Perry.
And Perry.
Fosdick would say, what about me?
10 turnovers now for the Falcons. So.
Like the Northview Knights trying to take some of the air out of it a little bit. Hard to get traps when you spread the ball like this. You have the ball handlers. Just makes it tough.
You know, and it's going to be really hard for any team Northview plays this season to get 50 points. So I think if they're looking to score 50 because they know they're not going to give up 50 more than likely. So.
Shot off the glass, no good. Northview come down with the rebound. Goff to McCollum to Perry. And they'll kick it back out and reset. Oh, Bias says, nope, I'm going to shoot this thing. Looks for the foul, good no call. And there's a call. Looks like Dowers got hit by Perry.
How about the first foul for Perry?
Yeah.
How did he play this entire game?
I don't know.
It seems like he's been really physical the whole time.
Yep. Well, the one thing that we have not seen today that we know that he can do, Goff has not attempted a three-pointer. Am I correct? I don't think he's attempted a three-pointer.
I've got him down for 2 of them.
Dang it.
He didn't make either of
them. I went on the limb there. I couldn't remember, so I was like, let me try to make this point. Well, he didn't shoot many three-pointers.
No, he did not.
But the Northview Knights
usually it's a much bigger part of the game
yes.
than that.
Goff and Bryan took 58% of the team's three-pointers last year.
Yep.
Both of them are back. Goff took 40% of the team's free throws last year. We've got an inadvertent buzzer. They're going to keep playing. So, you know, the pieces are back for the Northview Knights. And, you know, so it's just up to them to continue to gel and work hard on defense. The Falcons, last year, winning those 15 games, as you got paired with the bucket, they won more games last year than the first 3 years under Coach Wright as a steal and a bucket by Goff. The first 3 years under Coach Wright, they won, I believe, 9 games. Or no, that's not right. It was like 13 games. And then, of course, last year they won 15. So they're making the steps to get better as a program. And you see some subs coming in for Northview, and Quinn Lewis, Camden Clark coming in. I think you have both Schimmels on the floor.
You got Cooper out there.
Yep, and you got Goff will come out on this free throw. Gibson will go in for him. So
Quinn Lewis, just a freshman.
Yeah.
See Jake Rates back there, just a freshman as well. Goff ends the day 12 points, so pretty good showing, but man, he had a bigger impact on the game than that shows.
Sure did. Controlled the game very well. And a foul. Oh, nope, travel. You'll get a travel there. You know, North Vermillion fans, take heart. You know, they did win their season opener for the first time since 2018-19. The last time that happened, they won 20 games. That was the end of a run. They won 4 sectional championships in a row. So let's see if they can repeat that, win 20 games and win a sectional again.
Yeah, they've been 5th in conference the last 2 years, looking to move up top 3 maybe, and
keep taking steps.
Full head of steam going into the postseason play for
That's
sure.
right.
Got some good pieces here. They gotta get them to come together a little bit.
Yep.
But Walt, a couple pretty good games we got here today. Good to see these teams start off. Great win for Cloverdale.
Yes.
And you know, a really good start to the year for Northview as well.
That's right. And that'll be your final score, 64-36. Almost a palindrome, but the Northview Knights just really, I'll say took care of business. I was hard to say dominant, but I'll say no. I'll say they took care of business with a big win over North Vermillion. Both of these teams will have games next weekend. Of course, like I said, North Vermillion at Riverton Park Friday, and Northview next Friday will be at Sullivan. Both teams looking to get things started well this season. Northview couldn't quite make it to 2-0, but the Northview Knights did get their first win. That'll do it for this contest, and we'll step aside for a quick break. And we're going to come back. We will have the next game, South Knox versus Terre Haute North. We will have that. So that game of 5:30 starts, so it looks like we'll have a little bit of time to regroup. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the Indiana Sports Network. The next game, like I said, South Knox versus Northview. We'll be right, Terre Haute North. We'll be right back.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Indiana Sports Network, your home for high school holiday hoops.
This is a great big thank you to the presenters of this 4th annual Gobbler Game Shootout. Mossy Oak Properties, Ryan Luce State Farm Insurance, ServPro, York Automotive, Trent Car Construction, and Refreshment Services Pepsi. Thank you, gentlemen, for presenting these games. This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology for the Gobbler Games. Game number 3 here that we have on the air. We have multiple games.
Indiana Sports Network, your home for high school holiday hoops. Indiana Sports Network, your home for high school holiday hoops.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network. You are watching Indiana High School basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
This is a great big thank you to the presenters of this 4th annual Gobbler Games Shootout. Mossy Oak Properties, Ryan Luce State Farm Insurance, ServPro, York Automotive, Trent Car Construction, and Refreshment Services Pepsi. Thank you, gentlemen, for presenting these games.
While serving in Afghanistan, I was hit by sniper fire.
About that before we got on the air, but Todd Wolfley is probably one of the deans of the coaching realm here in the Wabash Valley. He puts together a really solid program. They're fundamentally sound. He's been able to do it for several years. And when you're looking at Todd Wolfley, a 233 and 167 record in his 17th year, all of them at Terre Haute North. And when you're doing that at a larger school, that means you're doing the right things, and his teams always are fundamentally sound. He lost 4 starters from a pretty good team this last year, but he's got several players, as he's talked about prior to the ball game in an interview we had here on Indiana Sports Network, that he believes that this team is going to be exciting to watch. And I would probably say he knows a lot about his team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like you said earlier, it's a program over there at Terre Haute North, and it seems like it, when guys go down and they graduate, they've got other kids to step up. I'm really looking to see Brady Klopfenstein, a junior, probably going to have a much bigger role for North this year. Over on the AAU circuit, the kid can just shoot the lights out. So really looking forward to seeing what he does along with some of the other kids today.
Well, for South Knox, they come in with an 11-14 record last season, and they're looking to improve on that. Then if you look at Coach Jim Ferris, he's in his 2nd year at the school. Again, maybe a little bit of that David and Goliath thing for him too. South Knox, a lot smaller school, gives them a great opportunity and a good venue to show what they can do and to start the season out. So they're excited about playing this one as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think South Knox is going to give North a little bit of problems in a few areas. They do have a couple kids with some height to them. Sam Singleton here, he looks like a senior for South Knox, 6'7". I got a pretty good idea he's probably going to give him some trouble if he gets down low and does some things there. So should be a very interesting ball game for sure.
Well, again, 4th annual, you've seen this, and I'm talking about Ryan Luce trying to put this thing together several years ago. He's done a great job in promoting basketball in the Wabash Valley. I had a chance to work with Ryan for several years, a good friend of mine. And when you look at this, again, 2 teams, kind of the smaller versus the larger. We don't get a lot of that anymore. We used to. That's all we got in Indiana, which because we were in one class, we got to see this all the time. Now it's a little bit more of a specialty for what's going on. And with South Knox coming in, we're going to see where they are. We'll see a lot of enthusiasm from that team, as well as we will Terre Haute North as we get started. And with that, we'll take our first break. Again, you're watching the Gobbler Games on Indiana Sports Network.
While serving in Afghanistan, I was hit by sniper fire. My victory is sharing my story of resilience to help the next generation.
DAV helps more than 1 million veterans every year. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Fearless Designs is still your champion for the finest in laser engraving. Trophies, hats, key rings, mugs, license plates, signs, and almost anything you can dream of are all available. Fearless Designs is a local company now serving the entire United States. Contact Fearless Designs for all your gift and promotional items. You will be glad you did.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafting some of the best trailers on the road. With cutting-edge technology and a family-focused environment, we empower our employees to grow, learn, and thrive in the manufacturing industry, all while focusing on delivering the very best for our customers. Come join our legacy of excellence and start building your future. Learn more at greatdane.com/careers. Great Dane. Be great.
Terre Haute and Vigo County are a great place to stay, play, and live. Land High, or as the French say, Terre Haute, was founded as a trade center on the Wabash River and is today a robust city being reborn with a new convention center, Larry Bird Museum, dirt track racing at the Action Track, big name concerts at the Mill, NCAA national championships and state titles won on the Gibson cross-country course. Hotels and restaurants abound. Plus, Terre Haute is the home of Indiana State University, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Ivy Tech, where you can find educational opportunity and sports of all kinds. Come experience the Children's Museum, walking trails, bike trails, and the Swope Art Museum. There's something for everyone in Terre Haute.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology for the Gobbler Games, the 4th annual. Again, you've seen the Cloverdale-Greencastle game, the North Vermillion Northview game. I will remind you that you can find those on YouTube and actually go back and look at those ball games if you want to. Same thing with tonight's ball games that we're going to have on tap for you here, the 5:30 game, Terre Haute North versus South Knox. And at 8:30, we'll take the Park Heritage and Plainfield game, which I think could be the best ball game of the entire group. Plainfield comes in with a 15-win record from a year before, and they've lost just a couple. And when you look at Park Heritage, they return a boatload. Plus, they had a nice transfer kid coming in. That ball game should be a really fun ball game to watch. But this ball game as well, with Terre Haute North and South Knox, kind of interested to see what both of these teams look like here at the start of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing if South Knox can come out and keep pace with North and try to do some things there to, eliminate that David and Goliath, as you were talking about earlier, and just kind of see what happens. Should be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, when you put schedules on the docket for any team early in the season, you want to have a couple teams that we may not win this game, but it's going to raise our level of play. And if South Knox comes out and does what they're supposed to, that could really help them later on the season.
Oh, certainly, yeah. Playing a 2A schedule, playing a 4A team like this in Terre Haute North, if they can come out, show any level of compete, I think they take that into the regular season, their regular schedule, their conference schedule, and I think they're really going to have, a lot of good things to do there. Well,
they shouldn't be intimidated by anybody because, again, you're playing in front of a very nice crowd. When you're looking at this and you're like, well, it may not be the greatest crowd they're going to play in front of. That's true, but there are still a lot of people. I had to park clear up on the hill.
Oh, yeah.
And you just didn't find parking spaces all over. And, the students aren't here, so it's not any of the students that are filling these up. These are the people that came to watch this ball game.
Well, and Herb, where else would you rather be? A nice long holiday weekend with Thanksgiving. There's snow coming out out there. I'd rather be inside where it's warm.
Yeah, you're asking a football coach that one. That's awful tough. Hey, we want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, the Disabled American Veterans, XLH Sports, Fearless Design, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Joink, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, the Terre Haute Convention and Visitors Center, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 6 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. And here are the starting lineups for this ball game.
Teams starting first with the visitors on your scoreboard tonight, the South Knox Spartans. Starting in one guard, a 6'7" senior, number 2, Sam Singleton. Starting at the second guard position, a 6'1" senior, number 12, Zach Woolard.
Zach Woolard.
Starting at the third guard position, a 5'11 junior, number 5, Caden Grumio. Starting at one forward, a 6'4 senior, number 10, Justin Sievers. And starting at the other forward tonight for the Spartans, a 6'5 senior, number 35, Isaac True.
And
the head coach of the Spartans is Mr. Jim Ferris. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for the home team on your scoreboard, the Terre Haute North Patriots. Starting at one guard, a 6'2 junior, number 12, Cameron Fennell.
Number 12 is Cameron Fennell.
Starting at the second guard, a 6'3 junior, number 14, Nate Millington. Starting at the third guard position, a 5'9 junior, number 22, Gavin Wolfley. Starting at one forward, a 6'10 senior, number 32, Bryce Wren.
And a big guy in the middle.
And starting at the other forward tonight for the Patriots, a 6'6 junior, number 33, Brady Klopfenstein. And the head coach of the Patriots is Mr. Todd Wolfley. Good luck to both teams this evening.
A little bit different. Terre Haute North has that height with the middle with Bryce Wren, and you'll be able to see him. Big, lean, tall, long guy who's really going to be a matchup problems even at the 4A level.
Yeah, Herb, I think immediately when you see the starting lineups, you think experience, experience, experience. All juniors and seniors for both squads.
Yeah, and with that, you really don't know what's going on. North with the basketball. Looking inside, cross, nice move, and he throws it down.
Klopfenstein looking down low, and Wren just hammers it home to start the game.
With the basketball now outside, Singleton holds it up and gives it up to Sievers. Nice pump on the outside, trying to get the ball rotation. They're doing it. Woolard. Feed down in that low post. And again, good ball movement by South Knox right now as they're continuing to run that offensive set. Open look, pulls up, nope. Still nobody going to shoot it, in Singleton with it. He'll drive down the lane, puts it up right in the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped out. Knox with the basketball back outside, looking down inside again at Singleton.
South Knox is being very patient on offense, really trying to work it around and find a good shot.
Ooh, a tough shot. Can't get it to go when a rebound comes out to Terre Haute North. With it, leading up on it is Wolfley. He'll drive, shoot, can't get it. Finger roll falls short. Rebound comes out to South Knox.
Right away, though, you can see the aggressiveness in North. They're really just trying to take it to South Knox, up and going and trying to get it down low as quick as possible.
Sievers with the drive. Pulls it out again. It's Singleton. Feed inside, but lost it. And he probably got shoved on that one, and that's, you can see, South Knox coach Jim Ferris asking for that call, didn't get it.
I think he got away with a little bit of a push off there, Herb.
Feed down inside, but ball's tipped and got most of his arm, they say, on that one for the first team foul. Caden Grumio with the foul, hits his first, the team's first. The reminder, 5 team fouls will put you in a double bonus situation. Good aggressive play by South Knox, came up with the steal. Grumio with it. Kick outside, open look for 3. He left that one short. And that's the difference. It's not a high school court.
Yep.
He took the 3-point shot from the ladies in NCAA basketball and just left it really short.
Klopfenstein coming up short there on the other end for North as South Knox gets the rebound. Out in transition.
Singleton down on that post. Puts it up. Didn't use the board. Had an opportunity and just couldn't get it to fall. 2-0 is our score. Terre Haute North with that lead. Driving down is Millington. Kick out. Again, Wren.
Look at the
potential for that turnover. Didn't get it. Reverse layup. No, he stepped out of bounds. Thought maybe he'd get the foul there.
Yep, Millington looked like he stepped on the end line. We're going to go the other way with South Knox getting the basketball.
Again, 2-0. First period. Terre Haute North with the lead. Wolfley uses his body really well with the drive and the miss. He took it deep down inside, did Grumio, and he could not get it in a hole. Shot up. They'll get the foul call, and going to the line to be Gavin Wolfley.
I'll tell you, right here in the early jump of this game, midway through the first quarter, Wolfley is really, really being aggressive with the basketball.
And he's very physical.
Yes.
You look defensively, he's pretty physical in a lot of areas that he may pick up a foul, not in this one. They're going to let him play today.
Yeah.
Gavin can't get that first one in. Substitution into the ball game is Mason Lloyd comes in. He gets the second free throw. It's 3-0. The Patriots with the lead.
I'm going to be interested to watch this matchup here between Wolfley and Grumier. They seem to be bumping and moving around a whole lot here, so could be a good battle.
Well, I will say this, Wolfley does a nice job at how he bodies them up. Turnaround by Singleton scores. It's 3-2.
Yeah, Sam Singleton's got a really good shot. He's long. He can get it off over a lot of people. I think he is their go-to when it comes to South Knox basketball right now.
Well, he can be a mismatch. You've already seen that. He just hasn't scored. Again, Wren, nice kick in the corner for the three. Give him the assist, and the basket goes to Fennell. Cameron Fennell lights it up with three, and it's 6-2 Patriots.
That's the thing about North is they can beat you down low, but they've got some shooters with Fennell and Millington, even Kloffenstein. I think you're going to see a lot of outside shots for North as well today.
Singleton with the fade. He got fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. So Sam Singleton will step to the line. And I'll tell you what, they were right on him. And it wasn't on the actual shot as it was on the follow-through off the attempted block.
Yep.
Hey, we want to thank our sponsors again for this evening's ball games, the Disabled American Veterans, XLH Sports, Fearless Designs, a Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Joint, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, the Terre Haute Convention and Visitors Center, and York Automotive. 6-4 is our score as both those free throws went in. Down inside Wren, not physical enough to get the turn. Wolfley for three, got it up and in.
I think that was actually Cameron Fennell there, Herb.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Fennell.
He's got the hot hand right now for North.
Well, and it was, all I saw was the two on the backside. Again, a three-point shot up, no good, and rebound comes out to North as Singleton couldn't get it to fall. Outside, 22 with the shot that time, left it short, and that was Wolfley who couldn't get the three-point shot down. Feed down, up inside, and there's a foul, and gets that hold on it. Second team foul for the Patriots.
I think if I'm South Knox here, I'm trying to dump it down low to Singleton and see if maybe he can pick up that second foul on Bryce Wren. That could really change the game a little bit here early.
Looking inside, didn't have anybody. They'll get the ball in. Here it comes, back outside to True. Looking out is Sewers.
There's the matchup.
Singleton with the drive, puts the shot up, gets it blocked. Wren is big. He's not as physical as he needs to be. If he can get in the weight room the next couple, when I say this, the next couple months and do his job, by the time he's a senior, he could be a gem for somebody. Has
absolutely.
the ability.
Most
just
definitely.
needs the physicality. Feed inside, there's Wren again, shot up and good. That's a nice feed. Give the assist to Fennell.
Yeah, if North's able to get it down there to Wren that clean, you're not going to stop that very often.
And it's 11-4 already. Terre Haute North trying to really pull away from South Knox.
Yeah, South Knox has got to calm down and get a bucket here. They need to get a little bit back into this ball game early.
Good ball movement will help you. Here it is, Singleton out in front, being guarded by Wren. He can take him, and he does. He goes to the basket, goes to the hole strong, puts it up, can't get it. Altered shot. Again, that's what Bryce Wren does on the inside.
Good body position there by Wren, though, knowing he's got that one early foul to go straight up.
from the parking lot. A big, big bomb by Cameron Fennell, and a timeout's been called. It's a 10-point lead. We'll take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years, and now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
And it's South Knox basketball. A little bit of full court pressure being applied, more token than anything as they drop into that man pressure.
It looks like number 11, Blake Hammond, has entered the game for North, a sophomore. South Knox appears still with their original starting 5 out there.
Good look outside. Nice feed down inside. Again, Singleton, he'll back him down. They finally got that arm, the actual forearm shot. That's the third team foul. So Blake Hammond comes into the ball game. He gets an immediate foul. That's not all bad. That means he's playing pretty hard.
That's right.
Down inside. Cameron feeds down. Low post. Good shot up and in that time by Justin Seward.
That's a big bucket for South Knox here. Now if they can get a defensive stop here and get the basketball back.
Ball outside. Good reversal down on the inside. And a nice, good, little short jump hook by Blake Hammond scores it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Hammond may not have been in the starting 5, but he's coming in and getting right to it.
Became very active at both ends. Outside, there's a 3-point attempt. Banked it in. It's right there for you. Sam Singleton for 3.
I'll tell you what, I thought the bank closed at noon on Saturdays, but I guess not.
Well, you should know. Here it is. Shots up and a nice floater that time. Wolfley, Gavin Wolfley puts that one in.
Got a step and got to the baseline. Nice little floater there.
With the drive, puts a shot up and in, and I'll tell you, scoring has been fine. Sievers, again, with another shot and another basketball. It's 18-11. And South Knox has done something after the timeout.
Absolutely. They're trying to stick in this ball game down 7 if they can just get a stop.
And a foul on the drive. They'll shoot 2. It looks like it's going to go against Isaac True. So True picks up his first personal, and Gavin Wolfley will go to the line to shoot 2. Really, what's been the difference, I think, in this ball game so far has been its guard pressure by Terre Haute North and a consistent amount of pressure defensively. But then you look offensively, the same thing. They move the ball well, put it in scoring position, and they haven't missed very many shots.
Yeah, Cameron Fennell, South Knox has lost track of him a couple times, and he's been able to knock down 3 threes here in the first.
Subs into the ball game, 24 for Terre Haute North. Menke. Number 24, Menke. He's a senior guard, another athletic guard, and you can watch as Terre Haute North has the ability to have several of these guys that can shoot and play defense. With the drive, again, Sewers down in the post. He should have put that one up, had a chance, couldn't get it to go. Missed that one. Ball's down, and there is a foul on this one. South Knox, number 12, Zach Woolard, picks up his first personal. And substitutions back in as Gavin Wolfley comes back in.
Yeah, I think the thing you're seeing early on, or now late in this first quarter here, is South Knox still with their original starting 5, and North's been able to sub in 3 or 4 different guys, and that's going to wear on a team as the game goes on if they don't have a very deep bench.
Well, right now they're just going to slow the whole thing down. So although Wolfley went out for just about 30 seconds, he's going to end up with a lot more time in that one. Oh, a wide open look, but a deep one. Rebound comes out, and at the buzzer, can't get that one to go. It's 20-11 is our score. The Patriots lead the Spartans when we return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
I'm Ryan Luce with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley
with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we know dirt. Last year, this piece of property produced 50 acres of beans. It's a little low on nitrogen, and the pH is 6.8.
Oh, and they also had cattle on here.
When it comes to knowing your ground, isn't it important to have a realtor who does as well?
And that's no bull.
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com. We are your Indiana land specialist.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
He's getting his rotations. And you can see teams right now as we talk about this one, getting rotation. That's kind of what we're seeing with, especially with Terre Haute North. They've really worked at the rotation aspect. There's this pick right in the back court. Nice drive, good take and a score. The steal and basket by Cameron Fennell.
Cameron Fennell right now is giving South Knox all they can handle. He's got as many points as they do all together right now. They need to figure out a way to stop him.
Bringing the ball up is Woolard. Passed out. Singleton with it. Looking for it with the drive. Open look. Good ball movement. They're going to have to do a lot of this right now, does South Knox, to try to keep themselves in the ball game. You make people work on the defensive end, they're less likely to score on the offensive end.
Well, Herb, and you just have to wonder, this being the first game for some of these teams or maybe their second, how tired is South Knox right now with playing their starting 5 the whole game?
And Singleton with the jam.
Well, Singleton didn't look very tired there. He was able to get up and slam it home easily.
Pretty easy, pretty athletic young man. 22-13 our score, down on the low post. Feed inside, that's a really nice back cut and a feed to Brady Klopfenstein.
Beautiful pass by Blake Hammond there.
Again, talking about discipline and how you're playing. The North Patriots are just playing defense, and they're playing it very well all over the floor.
Mickey with active hands out there.
Singleton puts it back outside. Again, Woolard. Singleton for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound picked up by the Patriots. He just traveled with it, and they didn't call it.
Right in front of the ref.
Right in front of him. Hammond with that rebound outside, looking in again. Menke got it down into Hammond. Kick out, open look for 3. Fennell couldn't get it to drop.
I'm not sure how they're leaving Cameron Fennell open after his start to this game.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a steal again and a nice, easy layup that time for Cameron Fennell.
He is a menace on both sides of the basketball for South Knox right now.
Again, another steal. And he got that one to go as well. And it's a man pressure timeout. Timeout by South Knox, and we'll take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When offered advice.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
Terre Haute and Vigo County.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
4 years.
And a couple quick turnover steals by the Terre Haute North Patriots, in particular Cameron Fennell has forced South Knox into that timeout, and they came out in a press-breaking man situation.
Yeah, South Knox has got to do something here and get a bucket and get back into this ball game. They've made their first substitution of the game finally with number 24, Elijah McIntyre, entering the game for South Knox.
Open look. They're going to pull it back out. Romeo back outside. Open look again. Wide open in the side. They're going to feed down to Singleton, and he's fouled over the top. That's a good post move and a pretty decent entry. Foul will go against Brady Kloppenstein.
Yeah, I think you notice one of the biggest differences here is Terre Haute North is ready to shoot the basketball at all times. When they catch it, they're ready to fire. South Knox passing it around the outside. Good ball movement, but nobody really ready to take a shot.
Well, I think the biggest difference has been on the inside, and shot missed by Singleton. They got it in a low post. But some of these guys are kind of scared to handle the ball against the pressure that's been applied by Terre Haute North.
Yep.
Good steal that time by McIntyre, who entered the ball game, but he walked with it before he could put that dribble on the floor.
Yeah, and Sam Singleton, they're giving him tons of looks down low for South Knox, but he turns one way and there's Kloppenstein. He turns the other way and there's Bryce Wren. What do you do at that point, Herb?
Well, you hope somebody else can shoot it a wide open three, because there have been several of them that are open. They just haven't been able to shoot it. Kick. Open look for three. That's a big one. And again, the difference in this ball, in this gym, is and he just went out of bounds. The difference is you can see three three-point lines.
Yep.
And the inside one is the high school line, the middle one is the women's line, and the deep one is the men's line. So there's a big difference in what's going on. A block by Rim. He's going to take it down. Open look. Back outside for Lloyd. He tried to feed inside and turned it over. Singleton picks it up.
South Knox is still getting some good pressure and a couple steals here and there. They just got to turn it into points right now.
Well, they kind of stopped turning the ball over very quickly. But now they turn it over again. This is with a moving screen.
Is that on?
So McIntyre picks up his first personal. Substitution into Terre Haute's lineup. Nate Millington comes back in for the Patriots.
It looks like Gavin Wolfley's entered the game as well.
Playing 8 or 9 deep already, giving those young men an opportunity.
Well, the thing you notice there is you didn't really see a drop-off. Wolfley leaves the game, and they bring in Minke, and he's just all over it on the defensive end.
You know, you can find yourself a lot of playing time if you can rebound and play defense. And the other way is to shoot the ball well, and that's what Kloppenstein just did. It's 31 to 13.
Well, when you saw that one there was Kloppenstein. He was clearly behind all three lines, Herb, and he had no problem.
That is a men's three-pointer in the NCAA.
Tough to stop a kid with that kind of size being able to shoot like that as well.
Maverick Benjamin also in the lineup for South Knox. There's a three-point shot up and no good that time by Elijah McIntyre. Patriots with the basketball in the front court. Open look for three. And there it is, Kloppenstein again. He puts another three-pointer in.
And you see it, the hands are up. He's ready to shoot every time he gets the basketball.
Well, the ball is delivered properly, too. He doesn't have to move for it. It goes right to his shooting hand. It didn't miss the target on the assist on that one.
Yeah.
And again, just fundamental basketball. McIntyre gives it back out to Sewers. Looking. And again, they're really doing a nice job of covering up who they want to. And this is the Patriots, who they want to cover up. They've done it in Singleton, and the rest is just going. Nice drive to the basket, and Gavin Wolfley lays that one, and it's 36 to 13.
Yeah, South Knox got to figure out a way to do something here because Terre Haute North is putting on a clinic here in the early season.
And a foul's been called. This time it'll go against Gavin Wolfley.
You know, Herb, we're almost to halftime here, though, and as aggressive as Gavin Wolfley plays, that's only foul number 1 for him.
Well, and again, he hasn't been overly aggressive. He's just right where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Feed down inside. They give it to True. Looking, puts it off the board, got it up and in. Isaac True for 2 points.
Looks like he was going against Brady Stepp there, who's entered the ball game for the first time for North.
Wren for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound comes out to Singleton. Not in the open court, he'll pull it up. Didn't have the numbers, good cross-court pass, good ball reversal. Open look, and they'll start it over one more time. True in the baseline, 10-footer, got it up and in.
Good shot there by True, absolutely turn around and just ready to shoot, knocks it down.
36-17's our score.
I tell you, Herb, you get into situations like this, if you're South Knox, you just want to start chipping away, little by little.
Went for the lob, caught it, and went right back up. That was a nice play by Bryce Wren.
Strong hands.
He really wanted to do the alley-oop. Everybody wanted that to happen, but he wasn't able to do it. Brought it down, went right back up with the ball over his head and shot it in the hole. Rebound comes out again to Wolfley. Wolfley leading the break down, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Should be South Knox basketball, and it is.
You see it there, though, all game long. Gavin Wolfley gets the rebound or gets the ball out in transition, and he is looking to push.
He pushed really well. Now, there's going to be a father-son conversation on the side. He gave him the hand slap, but I was like, because he went, hey, and then immediately brought somebody in.
Yep.
Those things happen. You remember when I took you out of the ball game at this time?
Oh, yeah.
Why did you do one of those?
Oh, there'll be a conversation about it at some point.
Always are. Had those quite often. Stolen. They're going to give it to White basketball. Back outside again. Grumio just couldn't handle it with that pass.
You look at it, though, that's the difference right there. You know, up 21 points, Terre Haute North could lay down and just kind of, relax into this game, and they've still got defensive pressure way out.
That's the advantage of this being an opening ball game. Good shot. Tried to throw it down was Wren, couldn't. That wasn't Wren. That was Kloppenstein. Tried to throw it down. He couldn't get it down.
He almost had it, though.
Almost did off that rebound. That would have brought the house down, and instead we go to halftime. 38-17 is our score, and we'll be back and talk about this one as well as some other things going on in the Wabash Valley. You're watching the Gobbler Games Classic here from Hulbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology here on Indiana Sports Network.
Terre Haute and Vigo County are a great place to stay, play, and live. Land High, or as the French say, Terre Haute, was founded as a trade center on the Wabash River and is today a robust city being reborn with a new convention center, Larry Bird Museum, dirt track racing at the Action Track, big name concerts at the Mill, NCAA national championships and state titles won on the Gibson cross country course. Hotels and restaurants abound. Plus, Terre Haute is the home of Indiana State University, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, St. Mary of the Woods College, and Ivy Tech, where you can find educational opportunity and sports of all kind. Come experience the Children's Museum, walking trails, bike trails, and the Swope Art Museum. There's something for everyone in Terre Haute. This is a great big thank you to the presenters of this 4th annual Gobbler Games Shootout. Mossy Oak Properties, Ryan Luce State Farm Insurance, ServPro, York Automotive, Trent Car Construction, and Refreshment Services Pepsi. Thank you, gentlemen, for presenting these games.
At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build At Great Dane, we don't just build trailers, we build careers. For nearly 50 years, our dedicated teams in the Wabash Valley have been crafting some of the best trailers on the road. With cutting-edge technology and a family-focused environment, we empower our employees to grow, learn, and thrive in the manufacturing industry. all while focusing on delivering the very best for our customers. Come join our legacy of excellence and start building your future. Learn more at greatdane.com/careers. Great Dane. Be great.
It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology for, again, another set of Gobbler, the annual Gobbler games. This is game 6. If you came in the morning, you get 8 games of basketball.
Yeah, you really can't beat it. Like I said, long holiday weekend, snow falling outside. There's nothing better than being inside where it's warm, watching some high school athletes here take it up and down the court.
Well, you know where the band of snow goes on this one, don't you? It's literally going to follow I-70 again. I-70 and south, that's where the snow's going to be, and that's just kind of what's going on. I saw some of it when I came into town. That's about it.
Yeah.
Anything from the north side, you weren't getting a lot of precipitation, but be careful out there if you're going to come in for the 8:30 game. Park Heritage and Plainfield is who we have in the 8:30 ball game, and like I said, I think that will be the pinnacle, the best game probably of this whole set of games.
Oh, most definitely. Park Heritage, like you said earlier, experienced, got a good transfer coming in, very deep, looking to make another deep run.
Well, and this should be their year as far as age. The guys that they played from freshmen up, a couple of them are seniors now. It's a senior, junior-dominated team. They've got a really good sophomore that played for them last year, and they've got a couple guys they're bringing in that are on their varsity roster that played JV last year, and I don't know if I ever saw one of those kids miss a three-point shot. Like, one of them is like the dead-eye shooter, but he's not very big. It's like you know what he can do. He can handle the point. If you ever leave him open, think, he can't shoot, he will just light it up. So several of these guys on Park Heritage's team, pretty solid. And then you look at Plainfield, a 4A program. They've got they lost 4 starters, but again, very similar idea to what we looked at just with this ball game in Terre Haute North. It's a program. It's not just a team for 1 year.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that game there, like you said, it's going to be just really interesting to watch because as deep as Park Heritage is, they've got kids that, like you said, you've not heard of a lot, this and that. And then, there's Trey Shelsky. He's out there. He's doing his thing. He's got 1,000 points already. Kid just seems to have it when he needs it and is always ready to go.
Well, and that's just one of those small school, big school lineups. It'll be a lot of fun, and that's why you play some of these, going different places. I know when my son played basketball, the group that he played on traveled all over the state to do. They had a shootout at Valparaiso one time. They had a shootout other places. Those are kind of fun because you get a regional team that's pretty good, and they bring in somebody else from outside that region. And effectively, Plainfield is the team that's outside the Wabash Valley. They're the one that's coming in, and so this should be a very good and a classic matchup. Again, our halftime score here, 38-17, and again, if you're South Knox, you're going to come in and say, look, just play as hard as you possibly can. I want to see you play hard, and see how that goes. And for Terre Haute North, they've just been consistent in effort the entire time, and you mentioned that.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Coach Jim Ferris for South Knox, I'm in there telling my boys at halftime, listen, let's stop looking at the scoreboard. Let's not worry about that. I want you out there. I want you, hands on the ground, playing defensively as hard as you can. That's how we get back into this ball game. We got to get some turnovers. We got to get some stops, and we got to turn them into points.
Well, and if they do that, they'll get something out of this. And if they don't, then he'll probably go into practice saying, you're going to get something out of this in a hurry, as that's normally what coaches tend to do, try to push as hard as they possibly can to get their team prepared for the season. And Terre Haute North has done a really nice job of intertwining some of those bench players in throughout. And again, a good mark of a good coach, you're not wholesale substitutions. You're putting guys in 1 or 2 at a time, so you have some continuity. And to Terre Haute North's advantage, they have played so consistent through this first half. That's why they have the substantial lead.
Oh, yeah. I think you hit it on the head there talking about practice and what that looks like. South Knox has got 16 minutes in the second half to prove to their coach that Monday's not going to be awful when it comes to practice.
Yeah, you don't want you don't want to leave that bad taste in somebody's mouth by a lack of effort or something else going on, because when you do, that kind of shows up in your drills and the different things that are going on. But to Terre Haute North's advantage right now, Coach Wolfley's got a team that just seems pretty fundamentally sound like they normally do, and they've been able to overpower South Knox here in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, we'll take a short break, and we'll be right back for the start of the second half. You're watching the Gobbler Games on Indiana Sports Network.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
Joink has proudly served the Wabash Valley for over 20 years. And now we're investing in the future and bringing lightning-fast fiber internet to more communities. Fiber means faster. Streaming, learning, innovating, connecting. Experience what fiber internet can do for you from your local connection. Sign up today for free installation and a 3-year price lock. Visit joink.com to get started.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Do it. And welcome back to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology for the Gobbler Games. 8 basketball games against different teams from the Wabash Valley. And like we said, there's a couple teams that are outside the Wabash Valley coming in and play in this arena. And then you don't, since it's over break, your athletic director's happy. He doesn't get to host the game, or you don't have to have a bus going to somebody else, and they're not happy hosting a game. So pick a place where you would be happy, and it's at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology today. We want to thank Ryan Luce for his forethought and vision in trying to get this one going, as well as our sponsors for today's ball game, the Disabled American Veterans, XLH Sports, Fearless Designs, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Joink, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and the Terre Haute Convention and Visitors Center. Also, York Automotive. They are transportation specialists we use here at Indiana Sports Network, and they have 6 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Our camera operators for today's game are Kanan Harper, Wyatt Foster, and Noah Gastineau. And again, we're directed by Tony Harper. If you want to advertise on Indiana Sports Network, why don't you drop Tony Harper a message, then you can go to Indiana Sports Network. And a reminder, these ball games can be found in their entirety on Indiana Sports Network. If you go on YouTube, you can find these. So, you know, my kids in school sometimes do that occasionally. Coach, I didn't know you did that. I'm like, yeah, every now and then.
Yeah, I got a bunch of teenagers usually over at my house in the basement on the weekends watching film and things of that nature, so it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that's all right. Again, Terre Haute North with the basketball and the lead, and they're going to have a very quick foul down on the inside. We'll see who that one's going against.
Looks like maybe that's Isaac True.
Isaac True picks up his second foul. First foul of the third period.
Looks like both teams come back out with their original starting 5.
And another quick one on True. He picks up 2 fouls here within about 15 seconds.
Yeah, 14, 15 seconds. I think if you're Jim Ferris, though, he's a senior. You got to leave him out there and see if he can help contribute to getting back in this ball game.
Millington with the basketball there. Wolfley on the drive, can't get it go. Rebound comes out to South Knox.
Well, South Knox was stop number 1 in the second half. Let's see if they can turn it into points.
I mean, the whole issue is guard play and handling the basketball for South Knox.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nate
the Patriots have just done a number on them defensively.
Yeah.
And there's another one, another loose ball. Millington had it. He was literally tripped on the way out, and they're lucky that Singleton didn't get the foul on that one, and it'll give the ball back to South Knox.
Well, he was doing everything he could to get that basketball. I mean, he was picking up, right at half court, all over, Grumier, number 5 there for South Knox. He's just quick hands.
Woolard back in the game again, starting lineup for South Knox. Singleton with a drive, puts it up, gets it rejected by Wren.
He's got to be aggressive and try to take it to him, but Bryce Wren is tall.
Well, he's done a nice job of not slapping down at the ball. He goes straight up, gets a nice tip. That shot falls short. Here comes the drive, a nice hard take by Sewers.
Yeah, Bryce Wren's done a really good job of staying out of foul trouble, getting that early foul, and he's done nothing but stay really good and straight up on the defensive end since then.
Singleton will pick up that foul on a blocking foul out front. Second team foul, and now it's a third team foul, Substitution for Terre Haute North as Mason Lloyd comes in. Lloyd coming in as a sophomore, that's a pretty big deal for him to get playing time here on Terre Haute North squad early in the season. 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound comes out to South Knox. And a good open look for Cameron Fennell. He just couldn't get it to drop. That might be the only one he's taken that he didn't drop.
Yeah, he's pretty much thrown it in the bucket from about anywhere in that first half. One thing we're looking at here is
and they'll call a foul on this one. That'll go on Nate Millington. And Grumio will go to the line.
As I was saying, we're about 2 minutes into this third quarter. 3 team fouls already for South Knox. We might get to experience a little bit of that new rule.
Well, if you broadcast it enough, you're going to see that rule has been in existence in women's basketball for a long time.
Yes.
So that's the one. They just brought it down into the high school level last year, and it's been a big difference, I think, in the end of ball games.
Yes.
Having that one. You don't automatically foul to get into the bonus.
Yes.
With the drive down, a good hard take and a basket scored that time by Nate Millington.
Millington getting rewarded there a little bit for his defensive effort earlier in the quarter.
Woolard outside. Again, it's the ball handling and the strength is probably the difference between these two teams. Singleton can play.
No doubt about that.
He'll be a huge matchup difference at the two-way level. He'll be a big difference for people to play him.
Yeah.
Almost walked to that one. Grumio for 3, puts it up, got it to go.
Quick trigger there. Real quick trigger.
40-22 is our score. Open look, 2-point shot up, no good. Rebound tipped up and around. A 3 attempt, no good, and rebound outside. Again, wide open looks. Lloyd couldn't get it to drop. Now a turnover in the backcourt. And a good ball reversal. Open look for 3. Can't get it to go. And again, Cameron Fennell has not found his range. He's had 2 wide open looks.
Yeah, he seems to be a little bit colder to start this second half than he was in the first. See if South Knox can get something going here.
Singleton looking to get rid of it. Does to True. With the drive down is Sewers. Can't get it to go, and he hits the back. And he's still down on the court. They could stop this one at any time. With the drive down the lane and putting it up and in is Kloppenstein.
You were talking about it earlier with Sam Singleton and being a player, and North has just done a tremendous job of neutralizing him in his scoring efforts.
Almost a steal that time by Lloyd as he knocked the ball right back to Singleton. Grumio back outside. Open look for 3. Shots up. Can't get it to go. Rebound Singleton. Singleton tries the reverse, does it, and tipped it out of bounds.
venture to guess not too many times that Sam Singleton had to pump fake and not be able to get it up and over somebody at his level.
Well, I'll tell you what, you say Bryce Wren is 6'10". He's every bit of 6'10". The issue with him, though, he's got to fill out to make himself a better ball player. He cannot just stay in that body level. He's got to lift and do those kinds of things. And actually, if you listen to the interview that was on Indiana Sports Network earlier this week, Coach Wolfley talked about that kind of player. Here it is, Singleton with the drive, puts it up, got it to go.
Yeah, that's a little bit of it right there. You see it. Singleton was able to get it up and over him in transition.
Timeout on the floor, and we'll take one as well. You're watching the Gobbler games on Indiana Sports Network.
I'm Ryan Luce with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Terre Haute North with the basketball as Coach Wolfley called that timeout. He really wasn't pleased with the defensive effort, and we'll see if they can turn this one on again. Turned the ball over a couple times.
Yeah, I think, Herb, you were talking about it right there before we went to the break, but Bryce Wren showed it a little bit right there. Singleton got out in transition, was able to get one up and over him. 15 pounds more putting on weight there, and that might be a different story.
And they're called the charge. Hard take that time by Blake Hammond, but he should have pulled up a little earlier and used the glass on it. Nobody was going to block his shot. He could have put some pads on that one and probably done just about as good.
Lowered the shoulder there and looked like he was trying to get it across the goal line instead of up in the rim.
Speaking of the goal line, man, Michigan did that again to Ohio State.
Yeah, I saw that.
Lower the shoulder and stick it in there.
Yep.
One of those interesting ball games where there's a will, there's a win.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, Michigan did that one to Ohio State. My whole family, the rest of them in Ohio, are all crying today.
I bet so.
The only thing that'll probably solve it is if Coach Day takes a seat somewhere. With the drive down inside, that's a great play as number 10, Justin Sievers, with another 2-point basket. And I'll tell you what, we talked about South Knox coming back and playing hard, and they are.
Absolutely. Able to get this to 16 points. If they can get another couple stops here and a couple buckets, we might have an interesting fourth quarter on our hands.
That's a good play. Should go down, and it is. South Knox basketball hustle on the defensive end.
It's what we talked about. South Knox is coming out, active hands. Looks like they're really doing their best to try to get back in this ball game instead of just rolling over, Herb.
Spartans with the basketball. Vermillion back outside. They'll give it to Singleton. Looking. Seeing that drive down inside. Nice feed in the post. Can't get it. Singleton. Almost lost that one. He had a back cut, and lucky just stayed enough to catch the ball. Turning the corner, lost it, but right to Woolard. And they're going to give the basketball in the low post. They're going to say the foul goes on Blake Hammond. Second team foul. So we're not in the bonus either way with 1:48 left to go here in the third period. We thought we'd get to see him shoot, but I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, it's not getting there. Sears has easily been the leading scorer for South Knox today, but you can kind of see it. Sam Singleton ramping up a little bit. He's wanting the basketball. He's wanting the touches a little bit more. Let's see if he can do something to get him back in this game.
Looking off a double screen. There comes Singleton. He's got him singled. He could drive on him. Use the screen. Drive. Shot up. Another one. Got it up and in. And again, Singleton scores and cuts that lead to 14.
I'm telling you, when Singleton just goes straight up and into Bryce Wren, you can see the difference right there.
Oh, and another turnover. A good defensive play by South Knox. They've forced several turnovers, and by doing that, they've converted on the offensive end.
You know, really, this is the first time all day long you've seen Terre Haute North look a little rattled, Herb. They just don't look comfortable.
And, Trey, when you're looking at these, number 3 comes into the ball game for South Knox, and that's Maverick Benjamin, and he'll come in. They're not, again, South Knox not really deep, but at the same time, they're playing very hard right now.
Yep.
Drumio, outside shot, Singleton for 3, can't get it. And again, I think it's the length. He thinks that's the where his feet are supposed to be, and he could have another 2 feet on that shot going forward at least.
Easily could have took a step into that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, if he could have knocked that down, South Knox would be looking at a really, really good setup there.
With it, again, turnover, gives the ball. Grumio gives it up in the corner, back out, and stolen away. Nice play by Mason Lloyd with the steal. Goes down inside, tries to get it in. Up, shot is good that time by Nate Millington.
Dare I say it, but I think Terre Haute North needed that bucket.
They really did. Just for momentum purpose as well. Grumio going to work off the high screen. Tries to step back, looking. He's got him in the low post. He'll feed down.
Better hurry.
Turnaround shot at the buzzer, and it goes in. A 14-point lead, and you can see South Knox has whittled this down to 14, and that's where it is when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
And there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles! For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com.
Oh, that's gross.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Your all-pro running back.
It'll be South Knox basketball here to start the fourth period. They trail by 14, but they've cut into the lead.
Yeah, Herb, the beauty of being here, watching these games live, is you get to see those things that you don't normally see with the huddles and things. I saw 2 different huddles there at the end of that quarter. Coach Jim Ferris really praising his boys, and Coach Todd Wolfley not so much for Terre Haute North.
Pump fake and score that time by Maverick Benjamin. Maverick Benjamin had the score with the drive down inside. No call on that one. It stays North basketball. A lot of contact.
A whole lot of contact down low. Terre Haute North's got to do something here to kind of get their foot back on the pedal and kind of end this game.
And that lead is cut to 12 as, again, the Spartans of South Knox have continued to battle. And here it was, and it looked like a real easy game for the North Patriots, and then all of a sudden it just started with turnover city for the Patriots. Still shooting the basketball well. Kloppenstein hits a 3-point shot and extends that lead to 15.
Yeah, I think that might settle North down a little bit, seeing one go through.
Grumio with it outside. Gives it up to Benjamin. Feed down inside, a bad pass. He threw that one away and picked up that time Millington. Millington looks to turn. He'll drive the lane. He got fouled, and nice hold there. Just kind of grabbed a hold of him as he went around. Again, those team fouls start over every quarter.
You know, already just a minute into this fourth quarter, you can kind of see it. North is they're being a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end and getting out there and getting into South Knox a little bit more.
Nice setup for the three, but couldn't get it down was Lloyd as he had a wide open look. Singleton with it. Hands it off outside to Woolard. Good ball movement right now for South Knox as they found their feet going back at him. There's a three-point shot up, no good. Rebound, fought for and picked up by the North Patriots. Ball knocked out of bounds, and they say it went down. A couple players down on this one, and Singleton is going to have to be taken out of the ball game.
Yeah, that's not good for South Knox to see Singleton not be able to bounce right back up.
And a couple trainers are on their way. Let's hope it's nothing too major. He's standing. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And they haven't made him go back down, so.
Guessing maybe we had just some knees knocking there. That always hurts quite a bit.
Yep, not real fun. He's going to go, he said, go over and sit down. No, they're going to take him back and have him checked out. They're going to go back to a locker room or in an area where they can actually make him run a little bit. See if they can get him back in the ball game. So with the substitution back into the game, we're ready to start this one again. 47-32, a 15-point lead for Terre Haute North. Got it in, down a low. Kloffenstein turns around and sticks it in the hole.
You know, Kloffenstein's really shown his prowess for being, an outside shooter, but that right there, that was a good move down low.
True, back outside. They'll give it up to Woolard. Grumio, crossover, can't get it to go. And that's the physicality we're talking about right there.
Yeah,
he just doesn't have the explosiveness to get around the guards of Terre Haute North. True, in the lane, could be a 3-second pretty soon. Nope, he backs him down, throws it up, can't get it to go. Rebound is picked up in a nice one that time by Wren.
Yeah, I'm guessing whatever Coach Todd Wolfley had to say in between quarters there, message received.
Three-point shot up very quickly by Kloffenstein, falls short. 17-point lead for the Patriots. Spartans with a basketball. Open look. Sewers with the drive, off the board, can't get it, put it up again, and he scores. Sewers again, a solid play.
Very active for South Knox.
All right. Kloffenstein. They'll give it back up. Lloyd, ball's up in the air, a loose one. Good defense. Timeout is called by Terre Haute North, and Coach Wolfley is not real pleased. We're here at the Gobbler games, and we'll be right back.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention. You're always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
North Patriots with a basketball. Wolfley drives the lane, lays it up and in. And I'll tell you what, Coach Todd Wolfley was going, you will run the offense. You will put the ball over in this area, and we will attack over here. He was not pleased with the way the ball had been moved by the Patriots. Nice pull-up shot. Had an open look but couldn't put it in with Zach Woolard.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Terre Haute North basketball over the years, and that was classic. I saw something I didn't like, and rather than let it fester, we're going to talk about it real quick.
And he did. There's a three-point shot, a good ball movement that time for Mason Lloyd, and puts that lead back to 20. They had it cut down to 12, And that's pretty good for South Knox. Again, looking at it, and they're going to call the foul that time on Mason Lloyd.
Still, Herb, you got to give credit to South Knox. They came out, they fought, they gave Terre Haute North everything they could handle in that third quarter to make this at least a little bit interesting to start the fourth.
Yeah, it was just a solid effort. The problem is now they find themselves down 20 as, you know, shooting takes care of a multitude of sins.
Yes.
If you shoot the ball well, you're going to win ball games.
Yeah, and Terre Haute North, they're deep, they're long, they're active, they do a lot of good things.
Grumio puts the ball in the corner, looking for it. Again, they're going to try to run the offense. Without Singleton in there, they've just, and there's a forced pass and not a real good one that time, knocked out of bounds. 32's into ball game for South Knox, and that's Evan Hartwick. He's a 6-foot junior. And now Terre Haute North has pretty much put in most of their subs at this point.
And deservedly so. They've played a good ball game today.
Brady stepped back into the ball game. And again, you see Isaiah Menke with the shot up. And I'll tell you what, Sewers has done a really nice job on the inside.
Yeah.
He's just crafty enough to get the ball and to get the shot up without getting it blocked.
Yeah, one thing you're not going to fault him for is effort today. He's done everything he could for South Knox.
Grumio with it. In the open court, he'll pull back up. Tough, he's nobody to throw it to, and finally gets it up to Hartwick. Turns around, open look. He'll drive down in the lane. Grumio, he'll feed down into that low post to True. True puts it up, step through, reverse layup, got a nice one.
Nice move.
Isaac True, 16-point lead. That's not a good matchup.
No, Gavin Wolfley here, he calling everybody off and says he's going to do his thing for a second.
Open look, open for three, shots up, and no good. Rebound comes out to the Spartans.
You know, and we talked so much about Cameron Fennell in that first half and being able to knock anything down. He's not done much here in the second half, and Terre Haute North still just trucking along.
Grumio with a drive. Deep down, could have put it up. Did, and he scores. Puts that lead back to 14.
South Knox not giving up. They're going to play all the way down to the final buzzer.
54-40. Coach Ferris is going to put a couple more ball players in. Oh, turnover, another one. Lead pass, 2-on-1. Looks, he tried to throw it in. That was a bad pass. Got it taken away. With it in the open area, and they're going to have a foul called on that one. Boy, good hard take that time, and Cameron Fennell fouled on that one. Boy, just when you think South Knox is out of it, everything, they just come up with a couple more turnovers. Real scrappy team. And with a pretty good player on the inside, and he's not come back as they've taken Singleton out of the game.
And junior Caleb Stamper for South Knox getting his first minute here in the ball game.
Always have to do that. Get those guys a little bit of time. Doesn't take a lot, but just make sure that the next time they go in, they don't feel like they're just barely getting into a ball game.
And we got another one here.
Yep, substitution number 20, and that's Keegan Reddy into the ball game for Terre Haute North.
You know, Herb, and you sit here and you watch, and you have to wonder if South Knox could have got some hands up and not given so many open looks in the first half, we might be looking at a different ball game here.
Really could be. Caden Grumio will go to the line. He's going to shoot 2 shots. Again, a 16-point lead with just about a minute 8 left to go here in the ball game.
But I go back to it. We've talked about it all day long. I mean, that's been the difference. When Terre Haute North caught the ball, they were ready to shoot. South Knox looking to pass sometimes too much.
Well, and the turnovers early on by South Knox against the guards were out in front, which led to layups. Good defensive play on the inside for South Knox. That ball was tipped away.
This has been a really evenly matched second half, I think.
Feed down inside. He tried to put it in. He went down and ended up getting fouled on the baseline. It'll be a side out of bounds for South Knox. Third team foul, so they're not hitting the bonus yet. Open look. Had him open down the middle of the lane. Pump. Didn't get the shot up. Grumio trying to do something with it. Open outside. Turns the corner, puts the shot up and in. Nice drive that time off the cut for Evan Hartwick. And this is a respectable score for South Knox.
Most definitely. You gotta give it up for Grumier too for South Knox. I think the boys played the whole game. That's a lot of ball game this early on.
And he's played pretty well. That's the end of the ball game. Our final score in this ball game will be 56-43. And if you're looking at this one, that's a huge second half surge by South Knox.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're looking at both teams will shake hands here as you can see them going along. And the Terre Haute North Braves end up with another win on the season. And for South Knox, they're able to get something valuable, I think, out of the second half.
Oh, most definitely. I think they're going to take this back to their schedule and their conference schedule, and I think they're going to be just fine. Hopefully nothing wrong too major with Sam Singleton, as we didn't see him back after he left. Hopefully everything's all right there.
Well, and again, he returned to the bench. They just didn't put him back in. They didn't think with the score that way they're not going to risk him getting injured. He's limping a little bit, but it's not too bad, and it looks like it's an ankle, he's got ice on it. Can't guarantee that one, but, you know, when you got your shoe off and you got a big pack of ice and you're walking around on it, he'll be okay. He'll be back. He's just going to have to get that thing worked out a little bit more. So I don't foresee him, just from what it looked like there, being out very long. But, again, they just wanted to make sure he didn't re-injure or do something really dangerous when it was going on. Hey, folks, we're going to have the 7th ball game. We're not carrying that one on our network here on Indiana Sports Network. But we will have the ball game at 8:30 p.m. That's Park Heritage and Plainfield. So with this, we'll take some time off the air, and we'll be back on about 15 minutes prior to the ball game that Park Heritage will play against Plainfield. So again, very happy you've joined us here on Indiana Sports Network. And here from the Gobbler games in Rose-Hulman, we'll be back on the air at 8:15. And for my partner, Trey, and I'm Herb, we'll be back with that final game at about 8:15.
Indiana Sports Network, your home for high school holiday hoops.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.